Bitcoin spot price got this close to filling a gap at 18,150 or so, and there was a $750 difference between Bitcoin CMEs, which were trying to fill the gap, but spot didn't want to go down that far, so it kind of just, the disparity kind of snapped it back up and did not allow the CMEs to fill it. So that's going to be interesting. That I interpret that as downside pressure. I don't expect a strong bounce this week at all, outside of whale games on Thursday when Jerome Powell speaking. There's going to be bi-directional volatility almost as always as he speaks, but outside of Thursday morning, September 8th, New York time around 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., I think the pressure is pretty down. We have Bitcoin finally falling below an origin line, using it as rejection and making lower local lows. So let's go dive in and look what that, see what that looks like. The targets down below are about 14,500 to 15,300, depending on when it gets there, because it could, but it needs to hit the next origin line down. The deal is sealed, as in extremely high probabilities. We're going to dive into that first, and then we'll chug along with the live chat. Let's go. Might help to have the Bitcoin chart up here behind me. Okay, let's get this. Check out what's going on here. And again, I have the live chart available so you can watch candles bounce on my levels. I'm missing a channel line because I know it hit my channel line exactly. There we go. Yeah, it's at the channel line right now. All right, here we go. So I have this live chart running for Discord and VIP. So if you want to be able to not check Bitcoin price on CoinMarketCap and you want to know what the hell is it doing, let me look at the charts so you don't have to, essentially. But it's a private link only for the Discord. Both tiers for that. Links to that are to the Discord community in the description section. And then Twitter is at Cosasverdes with the number 2. I don't post the private link there because that wouldn't be private, but it's also for the Cryptillion YouTube tier. It's YouTube tier for Cryptillion is similar to the Cryptillion Discord tier without the live interaction with your microphone and camera. But you do get recordings of what we do over there. Plus you get to see the live chart move 7 days a week or whenever I'm available to make it happen. All right, so let's take a look at what Bitcoin's doing here. So these vertical lines that you see here are when volatility, I expect it to increase to some degree. Doesn't matter which direction, just something to move. Right. So I have that mapped out. That's what these vertical lines right here are. All right. This black triangle, if I zoom out, is made by the top. Let me zoom out even more so we can tell what we're looking at. Is made from the top of this trading channel, which Bitcoin entered a month ago. See how it says 27 days where my cursor's hovering? If you could see that, it says 27 days. So it left, let me get rid of all this stuff. It left the channel. And again, if you want to know how to, make stuff flicker on and off, you need to watch the, just go to my playlist that says Learn Trading Basics, and it's how to set up your chart. And it's tagged, it shows you them like how to do that. And it's one of the tags at the end. But anyway, it left the trading channel, very common. It did not do it aggressively. It did wick up to hit the daily 10 twice, both. Here, I'll just throw on the daily 10 so you can see it. Boom. Right here, hit the daily 10, right here, hit the daily 10, and went back into the trading channel. But what's even more prominent than that is, well, which chart do I have this on? Where are my origin lines not showing up where I want them? Oh, no, yeah, so it was actually way back here. I'm sorry. I was getting lost in the charts for a minute. So origin line wise, this is what I wanted to talk about from a mid macro. So this is a midterm time frame, what I'm about to say. It doesn't mean it's going to happen next hour or tomorrow. What I'm about ready to show you on here is month of September. Okay. And yeah, so it's the month of September. in general terms, midterm time frame, so daily chart and all that, Bitcoin went below an origin line, which I guess I can make it a different color here so we can see them better. That didn't help very much. All right, that's good enough. Went below this blue line, used it as resistance, 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 resistance. And once you take out, lows here, or just make a lower lows and lower highs after using resistance, honestly, it's after it took out this low is when it seals the deal, which that's when it accelerates to the downside. So once it took out those lows after using this origin line as resistance, it seals the deal that this line will be hit, period. And I'm telling you, that's just how price moves. Not tomorrow, not in the next hour, maybe not even this week. It could be this week, but this is the month of September, right? So, yeah. Because I want to remind you that before I put a pin in it and show you the price. But it really does seal the deal that where is my price? There we go. That these levels are going to be hit. So depending on when it gets there, let's say it gets there at a couple different points. So this is an ascending line. See the number getting higher? All right, so let's say it moseys down there at a similar angle as it's maybe somewhere like that. So it keeps the same general trajectory. 14.6, and that'd be late September. That'd be late September. So again, midterm time frame. But if we do get some actually fairly expected acceleration to the downside in September, it's going to get there faster. And it's going to hit the low 14,000s. It's going to. So in the month of September, depending on how fast it gets there, let's say 14,000 even to 14,000, what would be the last day of September? Or to 14,600 or so. About a $500 to $600 range. And again, the deal is essentially sealed. What could create a little difference in this? There is one pattern that could play out, but it doesn't mean the seal is not deal that this line's going to be hit. It just means it'll be hit later, and the low that it forms could be significantly higher. And I want to show you that right now. So a lot of times when enough money, so money as in people, right, groups of interested buyers or sellers, when they all are seeing something that often can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I'm talking about a double low down here, a double bottom. That's the word on the street. And so since it is the word on the street, just realize a lot of people are looking at that, and you do want to trade on the side of big money, right? So the question is, since retail is all looking at this, Twitterverse, all that stuff is looking at this level. Here, let me put a pin in it so you can see what this level is. This is retail zone, but the question is, here we go. So the question here is, that's going to form liquidity, right? Because there are going to be orders down there. The question is, will whales smoke them? Will it come up shy and then go bounce? Or will there be enough power here from retail to create a self-fulfilling prophecy where whales just say, okay, just let's trade with them? There really are three things that could happen. That retail gets it right is an option. But just realize this level, this double bottom is not a thesis, but it's a very prevalent idea for the month of September, and it's very retail driven. And if the retail folks get it right, or one of the other options where whales bring it really close to this level before a strong bounce, right? So in those two situations, that would greatly delay price coming down to this next origin line, and then it would hit closer to this, in the 15,000s instead of the 14,000s. So let me show you what that would look like. But a lot of people are focused on the 17.6 to 17.9 area right here, okay? So one thing that could happen is, if big money, how they want to play this is, hey, let's come up shy. So their algos are going to see liquidity down here, right? As price approaches. And what big money might do is say, okay, we could see all these orders down here. We could see it. Let's stop it right here. And then run it all the way up. This is as high as I can see it going. Like the absolute highest I could see price going in September. Honestly, it's honestly unreachable at this point. But let's say 5% chance, but still the highest. So anything higher than this is like less than 1% chance, but it just races up in September. So this is September. So this line right here is September 30th. And guess what? How high that is. So just take a guess without looking at the right side of the screen. Structurally, it's probably lower than what you think. Oh no, that is high. No, that's higher than. It was a lot higher than what I thought. I thought it was going to be 21,000. It's a lot higher. No wonder I didn't think that could happen. I am looking at the wrong damn thing. That's not going to happen. That would create some massive stuff. That's too much. That's not going to happen in September. Let me look at a different chart here. That is clearly not going to happen. Let's see here. Live chart. I haven't been lost inside of a chart in a while, but I definitely just got lost in the chart. Channel. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for right here. Or maybe it's a different. Give me a second here. Fumbling around in my charts today. Sorry. Farting around. No, it was this. I could have sworn I had a clear target of potentially 21K on one of my charts that would make sense for this double bottom bounce, but I can't identify what the hell. I was just doing it during my VIP call today, and it made absolutely perfect sense. What was I looking at? Let me find it real fast. Let's see, 21,000 right here. I wonder what it was I was looking at. Damn it. Well, that's part of being live. I can't find it. The highest I could see it going in September is $21,000. And I'll do a follow-up. I'll either do Twitter or a YouTube post once I find out what the hell I was just looking at for 21,000 and why that would make sense specifically off of the double bottom theory. So whales could come up shy and not get their orders, or they could allow retail to get their orders filled in a self-fulfilling prophecy bounce. I don't see it going higher than $21,000 before then that the deal is sealed, that this origin line right behind me needs to be hit. But if that were to happen, $21,000, that would delay Bitcoin coming down to this blue origin line right here, and it would be closer to the $15,000 mark, right? By October, it would be early October. It hits about 15,000 bucks. And so if Bitcoin were to go up first, it would probably take its time getting down there, and the target would be drastically different. So very, very short-term time frame stuff. Let's jump into that real fast. I'm going to put it on the 15-minute chart. I will throw on what I had on my live chart here today. Let's see here. So this is the stuff I have going. I had to guide folks watching my live chart. What I think can happen in the very, very short term. No, it's this origin line here. That's why I couldn't find it. It's not on my freaking chart. You see that? I have it labeled. That's why. That's what it was. It's right freaking here. Where'd it go? Where'd my origin line go? Okay, I knew I wasn't going crazy. So I'm missing an origin. Okay, it freaking deleted it. I must have deleted it. Okay. Are my origin lines locked? No, they're not. So I deleted it. That's where it went. Okay, so I wasn't that confused. Well, I was confused, but I had a good reason to be confused. Here it is. Bam. All right, there's my origin line. That's why. Okay, so in September, I don't think Bitcoin could get much over. So later on in the month, right? So this only goes till September 7th because I'm really zoomed in. But later on the time axis, this same origin line, late in the month, it goes up to 21K, which is why I don't think Bitcoin, I mean, I think it's single digits chances it gets above 21K in September. But if it were to zoom up there and then the deal is sealed at the lower origin line is hit, it would be closer to 15K. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, I didn't have my my origin lines locked, and I clearly deleted it. So that's why I was skipping an origin line, which went up to 28K. I was like, man, I know I just saw it. I know it, but it's right here. But short-term price action here. So concentrate on the daily. See how this arrow, this vertical line here is labeled? Okay, focus on that. Sometime either just before or just after this line, that's 8 p.m. New York, I think this line's going to be hit. Period. I think it's extremely high probability. All right, so actually, I will just make a black, little thing here. Let's see here. Boom. So all the way to September. So that's the same day, September 7th at. Yeah, that's 6 a.m. That actually makes sense. So I bet this is hit right there. But after that, though, I could easily see Bitcoin getting back up close to where it is now to the top of this channel. And I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to show you why this makes sense. Or back in this black zone for a failure pattern above, or a large failure pattern to get ready for J Powell to speak up here. 3 options, all right, is what I'm seeing short term. I think I see it coming down here first off. I'm kind of betting on that because it actually looks like it's getting ready to happen potentially during this live stream. But when after that happens, let me zoom out and show you what I'm staring at here. You see how it went sideways? Yeah, there's the damn origin line. So it wicked up exactly to the origin line, right? And failure pattern above the daily 10. I gave a Discord alert for that 28 hours before it happened, warning, hey, I think it has to fall quickly unless it does a move like this, which bought it more time for market open. So essentially I created an alert there because it had to fall unless it did that. And it wouldn't have been Bitcoin would not have been able to wait for market open on Tuesday. So that's essentially the whale perspective. Like, I don't know how I got that feeling. I just knew Bitcoin could not hold this unless it tagged this first in order to then stay level until market open. Anyway, but you see how it went sideways, got rejected by the origin line, and has fallen back in this channel, right? So this is what I could see happening. Now that we could see this whole channel on the 1 hour chart, I could see price coming down to the levels I just had labeled. It's like 18.5 or 18.7. And then tomorrow, and short-term price action, like through the night, I can see it coming down. Option A, getting rejected, and then just kind of, I actually don't know what happened after that, but potentially more down, but hang out sideways. So it just in general gets trapped under, and I'll make that price path red. So these are your very short-term price action, what I think is going to happen overnight and into tomorrow. And all 3 of them are hitting this area or lower. And then you could do a failure pattern. I'll make that one yellow. Or you could potentially, the most the most I could see this happening is to get, it could get back. That's not what I wanted. It has a chance to get back into this black triangle for a big failure pattern. And so if it were to do that, the range and that would be leading into tomorrow. But I could see this happening because it's not too high. So see, it's only about 20,276. I could see that potentially happening because it could be big money might want to create a setup like a set for the spike in volleyball. They might want to set it and kind of wiggle it up there into Wednesday. So it's a better setup for the volatility play on Thursday when Jerome Powell speaks. This, without Jerome Powell speaking, I would call this off the table. But I think that might be the area where they want to play with and then drive it down on Friday. But I don't think this is the most probable case, but watch out for it, especially if you're short. That might be the area that might be where they want the middle ground. And it all depends on how their algos are reading the order books in areas of liquidity. But that might be their playground up here, right? For Thursday. They need a playground. They probably already know where their playground is mathematically. But that might be it. Well, all I'm trying to do is guess. So you're ready from tonight into tomorrow what the setup is going to be for Thursday, because it's all going into Thursday, right? What's going to happen tonight and tomorrow. And so the third option, short-term price action tonight and then tomorrow, I still think it's going to hit this it could go lower, right? So when I say this box, it's this box or maybe even the next one down. I'll label that here in a minute, but I would say this box. I could see it coming all the way up tomorrow, doing something like this. And then into Thursday, then it spikes up, goes down, meets in the middle, and then sells off Friday. Something like that. I could see this price path happening as well. But it's going to be apparent, it's going to become fairly obvious where their playground is tomorrow, especially at market close, at the end of the day tomorrow. Market close for traditional finance around 4:30 p.m. New York time on Wednesday, the 7th. So by tomorrow, we're going to know where their playground is, their base level. And these are the three options that I could see happening. They're pretty different. I mean, this one's pretty different, right? That's like an 8%. Yeah, that's about 7% up. It could easily happen. But I think that's my third favorite scenario out of, and all of these, you could easily just incorporate a potential move down this far as well. So I'm going to bake $18,000 roughly into this analysis, right? Each of these could either stop at 18.5 or 18,000 for that wick down before then potentially doing the failure pattern above the top of the trading channel, the yellow or the red. I could see this being hit first. So let me bake in a $500 range there for the lows. However, if I had to make a specific guess, for red and yellow, I would guess that they bounce. Let me zoom in now to like the 5-minute chart. I would guess it bounces around here tonight, Tuesday night, around 18.5, within $100 of that. Second favorite down here. That's possible, but I think it's less likely. And I hope that guides you for, how, so I'm not making a specific, red and yellow are pretty specific guesses, but just realize I'm trying to help you stay aware of how you can get burned if you're short. Right? I'm including those to try to you need to consider it. You really could get burned badly. Because Jerome Powell is speaking on Thursday. And you could get burned before that happens. All right. However, I think red and yellow, most likely, but stay aware of green so you don't get in trouble. Because I know some of you who aren't a part of Discord VIP are, taking what I'm seeing on YouTube and trying to trade with it. So you need to have fear for the market. Don't get confident with this yet. This is a Fed speaking on camera week. Confidence is one thing you shouldn't have. You should have more fear than confidence is how I want to end this Bitcoin portion. Hopefully that's helpful. And I hope it keeps you safe during this week.